Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-July 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Saggies out there, my guides. And yeah, I hope you're all fabulous and fantastic. Let's get it going here. The guides and spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for our Saggy friends in mid-July? What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Saggy and the Sagittarius Collective, please. Let's get this card out nice and quick. Yeah, I mean, even the feeling I've been getting through my intro matches what just happened with the card, where it just like popped out. It's like an energy that felt a little frantic. Not necessarily in a bad way, because this is a good card. This is one of my more optimistic cards, and I've been seeing it poking its head out from time to time. But like, even from the second I hit record on your reading, my friends, I felt like, all right, I got to get something going. I got to make something happen. So it feels very intense already. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more about the card, not just that intense energy I was feeling. This card is called All in the Golden Afternoon. And yeah, I get it. The imagery of it doesn't look too happy, sunny and bright, but the energy it gives me, and this is a very intuitive style deck. To me, it reminds me of like hanging out in nature when the sun is setting and you're relaxed and it's very leisure and it's really nice, very optimistic, sunshine and bright. So I think of this as a very positive card to start a reading. Now, for some Saggies, if you're going through a bit of a difficult time, Spirit could be saying like, hey, Saggy, maybe lean into that natural optimism you have, because from my experience, you Saggies are pretty good at seeing the bright side of things. You're a very adaptable sign. So this could be Spirit just saying like, see the good parts of it, or try to see the silver lining in it for whatever reason. Now, for some of you, this could be advice from Spirit saying like, hey, maybe you need to relax a little bit. Maybe you need to enjoy yourself. Maybe you need to cut loose, especially if you've been having some energy where it's like been all work, no play. Okay, and that's definitely an energy that doesn't vibe too well with Saggy. So Spirit might want you to just cut loose a little bit. So we're going to put her down right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful Saggies, please. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. I'll say this, even the past month, your readings have been very intriguing to me, super layered. But your reading last week was titled The Surprising Return. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, where there could be things, people, situations, feelings, just things like resurrecting or like coming back around. Okay, so that could show up in a lot of different forms, but last week, that's just how it was feeling to me. It's like, oh, okay, like surprise, here I am. It was giving me that kind of vibe. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Saggy, please, in mid-July. Quick. Yeah, the cards are just flying out. Okay. So to me, with the way like the cards are flying out quick, to me it's like hurry up and wait, because like the energy's like, yeah, pull the cards. And the first card out is the 4 of Swords, where it's like, all right, I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking maybe like the Chariot or the Knight of Wands or something like that. Let's keep going. Let's see what else wants to pop out here for Saggy. Quick, like 0 to 100 type of energy. So we have the 2 of Wands, which is planning. I mean, very strategic. I do like it for that. But the elemental mixture we got going on here, Sagittarius. Back end, we have beautiful Lady Justice, which the energy seems balanced. I think you're going to be okay with this initially. Let's go through. I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll go through. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always look at the elements first. It tells me how the energy seems to be moving. And we have a strong mixture of air with Lady Justice, that's Libra energy, and the Four of Swords. Air rules over the mind. It rules over communication, strategy, planning. It's very logical, smart, intelligent. So you could be thirsting for knowledge. And then we have fire in the center, especially with the Two of Wands, which that is one of the strategic fire cards. So there is something here around planning, strategizing. But fire air combo, I always say it whenever it shows up, it's explosive. Could be a little volatile. Now, again, if there's any sign that could deal with it, it would be you, right? Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. You're very good at rolling with the punches, going with the flow when necessary. Then, yeah, with the Two of Wands and Lady Justice, they seem balanced by first appearance, but let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out because there are some differences at play. Position number one, we're starting with the Four of Swords. So as you can see, we have a person, they're just laying down there. To me, it looks like they're either praying, meditating. So for some Saggies, I know spirituality is a very important thing. This could be someone connecting or reconnecting with their inner voice. It could be someone that's taking a rest, taking a break, because the Four of Swords could be like a stoppage. To me, it's not like a permanent one. To me, it's more of like, all right, let me just take a break. Let me take a rest here. Let me calm something down. That's a big vibe here in the positive sense of this. I love the spiritual attachment. This is one of my cards of manifesting as well. But big royal butt there. When we have the Four of Swords, this can be a card that speaks about delays. It could speak about energy that feels stuck. It could feel like energy that won't seem to resolve or won't seem to go away. So we really want to look at this further, especially since this is the very first card. Hopefully we're not like really seeing an issue or a problem. But for some of you, it's just very quiet. Now, it's like, it's so quiet, it's eerie. It's like, it's a little too quiet, Sagittarius, especially with how the cards were wanting to pop out of my hands. Now, moving to the center, we have the Two of Wands, and we see that individual there looking off into the horizon, looking into the distance. So, of course, this is a card of future-focused planning. It could sometimes be someone at a crossroads. Do I go left? Do I go right? How should I handle this? What should I do? What would be the best road to take? And of course, this is strongly, strongly tied into planning and strategy. So for you, maybe there is something that you have in the works. Maybe there's something you're planning on. Maybe there's someone you're connected to that could be in the plan phasing of something where it's like, no, it needs to go perfect. I need it to go like this and that and that. I'm just waiting on the sign to start this. It's like giving me that kind of vibe here. Now, the Two of Wands does also have a challenging aspect. Sometimes this could be, again, delays, similar to the Four of Swords, problems or things that don't seem to be moving. This could be indecisive type of energy, and it could be a little stuck sometimes as well. So we do want to see what's up. Now, moving to the very back end, as we get this Two of Wands back where it belongs, we have the beautiful Lady Justice herself, big Libra energy. You might be connected to Libra. Now, if that's not the case, this card is very in-depth. It has a lot of different things connected to it. First and foremost, Lady Justice could represent legalities. It could represent contracts, anything that you sign your name on. So when she shows up in a weekly reading, especially if you're about to sign off on some paperwork or sign off on something, be very cautious and make sure you check it, double check it, triple check it before you do. Lady Justice, aside from lawfare and paperwork, she is a card of balance, bringing balance to things. It's a card of fairness, equality. Okay, so whether you're dealing with a situation where it's like, no, this works, this is the right approach, maybe you feel like something isn't, right? Like that's the downside of Lady Justice. Sometimes I feel like it could represent something where we don't think it's fair. Either something didn't go the way it was supposed to go, or there's something still lingering there. There's something left unresolved sometimes with Lady Justice in her challenging aspect. She could represent imbalance as well, but a big thing with her, she is karmic. Extremely, extremely karmic in nature. So she can represent the hands of the universe, where the universe is going to take action. The universe is going to make something happen. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Saggy. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my good friends, guides, and spirit team. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Four of Swords. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to get to Saggy, drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is that Four of Swords here? Thank you. Nice and quick. Seven of Cups. Okay. Watch your dreams in this time. Either this is someone that's like in la la land. Um, you could be really caught in like thought loops, thought cycles. Um, there is some sort of importance around like connecting to the etheric, because when I see the Seven of Cups, it is a beautiful card of options. So I do partially see somebody waiting on the perfect time. So that's another message. It's splitting in a couple of different ways. So for some of you, it's like waiting on the perfect time. I will say this: in life, sometimes the perfect time never happens. Sometimes the perfect time is not a thing. Sometimes you got to seize the day. But to me, it's also just something that's really connected with somebody just like going within in like a really deep way. So watch the dreams, watch any intuitive spikes. There could be someone that's just like in imagination nation, if that makes sense, with the Seven of Cups, because this is one of my cards that do link to fantasizing, creativity. This could be really great for creative pursuits and endeavors. If you're going through certain things and you're feeling a little stuck, the Seven of Cups is like, all right, no, yeah, things will open up for you. You can think of creative ways to fix a situation or a problem. But the main two things I'm feeling here is, I mean, maybe three things, is watch the overthinking or your dreams. There could be something very important connected to that. Or this is somebody waiting on the perfect time, which makes sense when we have like strategic planning, energy that seems to be balanced. Because, yeah, Four of Swords, Seven of Cups is like, you know, I know there's options, I know there's paths, but I'm waiting for the right one. I'm waiting for the perfect one. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Whether it's an opening or an opportunity. Let's see what the Two of Wands has here. Why is that Two of Wands in the mix? Okay. Yeah, this energy just really, really, really intense. So we have the Five of Wands in the upright underneath this Two of Wands. To me, this is just an energy that is just very, very, very powerful to grapple with. So whether it's energy that comes from within you or someone or a situation that you're dealing with here, it goes from crickets, silence, to everything. It feels like something I saw for Aries, like maybe last week or a week before, where it goes from silence to everything, 0 to 100. It's like explosive action, where it's like it went from you can't get much more quiet than this to like mayhem. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad though. That's one thing I want to say. To me, what I'm seeing is just like the gauge of energy going from very quiet to extremely, extremely intense. Now, again, if there's any sign that could deal with explosive action or explosive change, it would be Sagittarius. You can go with the flow if necessary, if you need to. You can adapt with this type of energy. It just feels like it's very intense. So watch out for situations that are hot and cold, back and forth, stop and go, because that's just how it feels to me. Like it's on, it's off. It's like giving me this kind of vibe here. It's like a flare up of some kind as well. Five of Wands, I mean, it doesn't literally have to mean people are beating the crap out of each other with sticks. This can also be planning too. Because that's another thing, like I was saying, there could be somebody waiting on the right time, strategizing to make their grand entrance. That's another thing. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Because it goes like, no, everything needs to be right, everything needs to be perfect. And then, boom, here I am. Ta da. It's like grand entrance. So let's keep moving. Let's see what Lady Justice has. And we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. Yeah, so the main things here, it does feel like explosive action or change or a shift of energy, where it goes from like nothing to everything really, really quick. Or like very, very quiet to very, very loud. It's just like not a lot of middle ground, if that makes sense. So let's see what's up with Lady Justice here for my Saggies, please. Thank you. All right. I feel like this is a much more balanced type of energy where it's like, okay, once this gets out of the system, the energy moves forward in a much smoother pattern. So we have the Fool card in the upright underneath Lady Justice, and to me, it's like just right. That's how it feels like. And I bring it up sometimes when a similar thing shows up in like a reading, the Goldilocks story, where like one bowl of porridge is too hot, one is too cold, one is just right. That's how this is presenting to me, because we have very, very quiet, a little wild, a little intense, a little out of hand, perfectly balanced, just right. So for some of you, this could be really, really great, where it's like after this flare up, after this action, things seem to level off and find a middle ground, which I really, really do like. Now, the full card is Aries. It is action. It is movement. Um, Usually, it's like very lighthearted, optimistic, especially under Lady Justice. These two join; they have a very similar axis. They're across from each other in a zodiacal wheel. So these two energies, Lady Justice and the Fool, they balance each other off. Um, I think it's really good though. So I do see a good result for you. It's just like getting through these extremes first to reach the promised land. That's how it feels to me. So again, if you're wherever you are in the journey right now, whether you're here, crickets, crickets, quiet, whether you're here with the intensity, a little wild, I feel like you're about to get to this beautiful payoff type of energy on the back end, where it's like, you know what, you will be better for the experience. You will be better for the extreme energy or the extreme action. I think it's really nice. I feel like this is a beautiful conclusion of energy. It's just right. It's perfect. And when we combine that with what we saw in the beginning, the golden afternoon card, to me, it's like a relief. So I do see some really great energy coming in for Saggy. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. A lot of stuff happened in this week. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have Four of Swords with the Seven of Cups. I did say watch your dreams. This could be someone that's like deep in thought, deep in imagination, all up in their brain about something. And another vibe I was picking up here is someone waiting on the perfect time, the right opportunity. Feels very, very quiet and silent right here in the front. Moving to the middle, we have the Two of Wands with the Five of Wands in the upright. Boom. That's the explosive action or change. It goes from cold to super, super duper hot right there in like the blink of an eye. So just be adaptable to this energy if possible. Watch out for conflicted people or conflict in general. It just feels it goes from quiet to very intense real quick. If this were another zodiac sign, I'd be a little more concerned about it, but I think you could hang with it. Moving to the back end, there's this beautiful payoff type of energy where it's like too quiet, too loud, just right, or too slow, too intense, perfect. Because we have Lady Justice with the Fool card in the upright. These energies balance each other off real good. So this is a payoff. There could be something that you experience or you go through where you will experience the payoff and you'll be better for going through it. And then, yeah, there's this strong undertone of strategy and planning. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get to one. And yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get your shadow card out here, Saggy. What do we have? Thank you. Knight of Pentacles. So this Knight of Pentacles in the shadows seems to mirror this energy I see right here in the front, because it is not perfect. It's not just right. It's not this energy in the center. Now, for a portion of you, if you're connected to an earth sign, their energetic imprint could just be showing up here. Specifically Taurus too for some of you. But when I see the Knight of Pentacles, it's like very, very slow. And the shadow side of this card could feel like it's something that's never going to change, or it's not moving at all. So there could be certain things you're experiencing or that are coming into your experience right now where you either feel like they're stuck, they're never going to change, they're not going to change. I'm here to say when this shows up in the shadows, that's not the case. This energy will eventually get to the destination. It will get where it's going at some point. But do you have the patience? That's another thing I see here in the shadows. So watch your patience level, because your tolerance for things, your tolerance for situations could be a little less than they normally are, especially if you feel like there's something that's like wasting time or moving too slow. So we're going to just place that Knight of Pentacles down right there, my good friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My digital calendar's over there, so you could go check out availability. But for the July subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. It's beautiful, it's unique, and it definitely fits the season. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, It's two simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, for all the uses that tarot has to offer, which do you think is best? Do you like using it for love situations, personal, financial, business, you name it? You put it in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.